Today we're working on a Chevy Prizm. We got a trouble code P0505 and the idle's a little bit high. And notoriously the common thread that you have with these, or the thing that fixes them, is the idle air control motor. That's this little guy down here at the bottom. Oftentimes you can get by with just cleaning them, but then that doesn't work, then you need to replace it. I happen to have one on hand and this is what it looks like. So obviously to get at this you could do it while it's in there with a stubby Phillips screwdriver. What I'm talking about is something along the lines of this. But it's just a lot easier to pull it out, so that's what we're going to do. You won't be able to see that well, but it says E7, and it's like a Torx bit, but it's the female version. Now, given that this has two cooling lines that go off the side, if you don't want to spill any antifreeze in the process of this, and mind you, we're doing this to keep things easy and simple, you just remove the two studs. There's one here and one here. The top one that holds the throttle body cable bracket is 12 millimeter, just like the nuts are. And it's just a bolt that pulls out completely. Once you loosen these with your E7, you can take your fingers and just spin them out by hand. Otherwise you'll have to pull so far that those hoses are going to become a problem for you. So you just spin them out by hand. So the next thing you'll do once you pull those studs out is you'll take the throttle body and then just rotate it over. You can turn it either way. I like to go counterclockwise on these. And you are going to spill a little coolant, but not near as much as you would otherwise. Just flip it upside down and then you have full access to these. Now the reason why I go to all this trouble is that these tend to get stuck in there a little bit, and so you want to be able to get full pressure, leverage, whatever with a big full-size screwdriver. I like to use one that has little teeth on the end of it. When you look closely you can see at the tip I've got lines going down the sides of it, and those help to grip the inside groove of the Phillips slot. So that's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and pop that one off and put the new one on. As I'm looking at this, it looks like this thing's been wrenched on before. I can see that this screw that holds this in place is bent. So there's a pretty good indicator that and I also look at this and I see that it's been from a wrecking yard. You see the wrecking yard green paint, you know, the telltale sign that the engine's been swapped. So when the engine got swapped, probably this got bent, and that's why we have these codes. I also see an O-ring hanging out here. So naturally that's why you'd have a code P0505 and be idling high, is that you've got extra unmetered air that's coming in through there. Look at that. Wham. It's kind of fun when you have a visual confirmation, because I was just relying on electronics and, you know, feedback and experience. But when you see that something's physically damaged, it's just that much validation to your diagnostics process. So here's the new used one that I'm going to be putting on. I've got it cleaned out. It had a little bit of carbon buildup. You just want to make sure that your seal is good, because this is a passage for antifreeze. You don't want it to leak. Maybe you do want it to leak. That's a little odd. You should probably think that over. But at any rate, we'll just go ahead and screw that back on, bolt it up, and we'll be good to go. Rock and roll. So hook up the little code reader and read the code one last time, and then we'll clear it. This is again on that little Toyota. It's not a Toyota Corolla. Silly, it's a Chevy Prizm. And it's pretty slow. It's got a slow computer in it. So we have P0505. So we'll just erase that code. We've done the repair. Erase the code, yes. Verify everything's good. Are you sure? Who did this? Windows? So we erase the diagnostic data. Press enter one more time. Everything's completed. We just want to have you push buttons. That's what we like here. And so everything's good. We'll turn the key off. We'll unplug the DLC. Fire it up. Wow, no vacuum leak, and the thing just wants to run like a champ. That's what we like. If you like this video, you want to see more like it, be sure to click subscribe. You can save it to add to down arrow, favorites, thumbs up, and that'd be great. Thanks.